pumpkin fajitas. I cooked the pumpkin at 400 in the oven, and then I mixed some fajita seasoning with it and flipped it and stuff. And
so that's right into the pumpkins, the fajita stuff.
yeah, and then I put some. I was going to mix the beet juice with the sour cream, but I just drizzled it together.
There we go. So that's the kind of the purple
yeah
on the
sour cream. And then I put Napa cabbage and Catalina dressing, some cheese, and sunflower seeds, and jalapeno.
Jalapenos. Okay.
Yep. That's it.
Yeah, well, it looks really healthy.
So we'll see how.
And it looks
goes.
attractive too. We'll see how tasty it is.
It'll
right?
look better when I actually mix the beet juice with the.
Look pretty fancy. You know, Confucius says you seem to not be able to like something like purple. It really is black mixed with scarlet or something like that. That wouldn't make purple, would it? Anyway,
Yeah, you were saying that one native language they call purple the ugly color or something like that. What was it? Can't remember. So some people don't like purple, but I love it. I think it's beautiful.
The guy who wrote the color test claims that adolescents and what he termed maybe primitive peoples prefer purple.
I've heard that like people always want to paint little boys, like a boy baby's room blue and a girl baby's room pink or whatever. They think of doing things like that, and I've heard that they actually prefer periwinkle. But it doesn't matter which sex, but that's what they prefer. Is periwinkle. So that's very light purple.
I think he was saying that only women and children preferred that color.
Oh.
It was interesting to read Confucius on women.
So you don't like purple?
I do,
You
but
do?
I wouldn't like black sweet.
Oh.
I tend to prefer violet over purple. It's a little dark for my taste. But it's fascinating to look at Confucius. It's very similar to George Harrison's guru. So he's saying something like women have inferior judgments about at the level of young children, like really young children. I specify. Now, personally, I think that's just a skunky opinion, but we're told that religions are all the same, peace, love, and flowers, and Confucius several times has the negative version of the golden rule: don't do unto others. It's just a rough translation. Don't do unto others what you would not want done to you. So do unto others as you would have them do unto you. That's a more positive thing, but even the negative thing is important. But I don't know, like, what do women think when they hear that? You know, you wouldn't want someone saying that about you. As a guy, I wouldn't want women going around and say, well, you know, they're about at the level, guys are about the level of intellectual sophistication as young children, not just children. It's offensive. You don't. Confucius was disobeying his prime edict there.
Well, it really depends on the culture, I suppose. I mean, if women in the culture, if they're responsible for all the cooking and whatever,
Children.
yeah, all of
cleaning.
the, and they may not have as much time to devote to studying anything
Philosophy.
at all. So I don't know. And
I'll
plus,
tell you which job's more important: taking care of things and not doing philosophy.
So how's the fajita? A little hot?
No, it's good.
It's good.
I'm just thirsty.
Was concerned about that.
Oh, I haven't got to
I don't think
Jalapenos.
those jalapenos are that hot.
Well, listen.
It depends on the
Here we go.
jalapeno, you know. Sometimes they are, and sometimes they aren't.
Handleable. Yep.
Yeah.
Easily handleable. Try them without the cream. Pretty darn good.
Okay.
I like it. Yeah, the last one you had. I'm coughing because I'm cold. It has nothing to do with that.
Okay. Oh, anyway.
I just got out of the park. I was sweating and stuff like that. So
Oh, okay.
now it's evaporating and cooling off.
Yeah.
No, it's yeah, I'll show you.
Perfectly fine. Good.
Like sometimes Pauline will cough when she gets really, really hot.
Yeah, I'm glad I
Chips.
finally, like, you, if you've been watching my videos, you saw my pumpkin. It was about this big, very big pumpkin. And so this'll be very many meals to come.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I will have to freeze some of the pumpkin because there's no way that I'll be able to get it down James's hatch in time before it spoils. But that's incredible. I mean, pumpkins are so cheap. I think I paid $3 for that pumpkin. I don't think I'm exaggerating.
I like to think they're healthy. Yeah. They got some color to them.
I mean, they're not the best tasting of the winter squash, but if you do something with them, like put the seasoning, they're not too bad.
They're not as tasty as watermelon.
Well,
What is, you know?
yeah, but they're not as good as, say, butternut squash. I love butternut
Butternut
squash.
squash.
So delicious.
Now
Or
I can see
kabobra.
what you're doing, like you're trying to put some taste in
Yeah.
with the variety of different things.
I'm just trying to show that you can eat for very little, because sunflower seeds, they're very cheap.
I figured out a long time ago that they were the cheapest that you could get in things like Bulk Barn or whatever for a unit of,
Nutrient?
I think it was, yeah, something like that. They do have a high, you don't want to eat too many of them because they've got a high amount of selenium. You need selenium for immune functioning, not just zinc.
So yeah, I showed you yesterday that I got the cheese for $1 for a container on clearance, and the sour
Awesome.
cream, I also bought it on clearance. The beets, these are beets that I bought, it was just before Christmas, I think. So they have the big bags, the 10-pound bags of beets for $3 or something like that.
And thank heavens they store well, right?
Yeah, back then. And so I got a lot of beets, and we've been eating them little by little, you know, over the winter. And
Beets, I think, are very healthy. Apparently, they're close to the best thing for fighting cancer. Of course, that's a concern for me.
well, Napa cabbage is very cheap in the winter. We
I've never,
we get
I
it
can't
for
recall seeing it when I
cheaper
was a
than
kid.
regular green cabbage in the winter when we get it on sale, and I don't know why that is, that it's so cheap in the winter, but it is. So anyway, you might want to
I don't
save
know
that
when their
wrap
growing
for the
season
next
is.
one, because you see how that one got ripped a bit?
Right here.
Yeah, so you might want to, but I don't know. You always eat your stuff this way anyway,
Yep.
rather than putting them together, so I don't know that it matters.
Anyway, Napa cabbage, I suspect, comes from the Napa Valley in California. I don't know when their growing season is. I wouldn't be surprised with irrigation if they had multiple.
Oh, yes,
Harvest.
certainly.
Mhm. Is,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can do a lot more with their land that way than we can. But in the years to follow, who knows how much gardening they'll be able to do as things heat up and their water becomes more scarce.
oh, well, our water will be their water. Donald Trump has his
Yeah.
way.
Well, or California could join Canada. Honestly, Californians, you'd be better off.
The whole West Coast should join up with Canada.
Yep.
We won't even make you provinces or whatever. We'll come up with something new.
Well, if they want.
Exactly right. They want to be provinces. That's okay.
I mean, they'd be big provinces though, because
No.
there's so many people. I mean, in terms of
Population-wise.
people.
California.
So
would be.
maybe they should be like multiple provinces, just to make up for
Only
the fact.
California,
Yeah.
Oregon, and Washington.
Well, I suppose
Population
they're
isn't that
nice.
huge. And then the East Coast should join up to, well, not down south. Don't want Georgia. Stay lost. And you couldn't take Florida because Georgia and other states would intervene.
And well, frankly, if right now, if California and the whole west coast of the United States joined Canada, the whole world would be better off.
Yes, it would.
So anyway,
Um,
I don't
well,
know
not the
why
whole world.
I haven't heard other
If
people
New York
suggesting
and
this.
Massachusetts and I guess it would include Maine and Vermont, they want to join, that's okay. We're not going to be like Trump and force people. Pennsylvania would be borderline. You'd be wise to join us. Michigan would be borderline, but again, you'd be wise to join us. Wisconsin, borderline, but again, you'd be wise to join us. I gather New Hampshire is pretty conservative, but you'd be wise to join us. And there would be one place in the world that would suffer, and that would be the rest of the United States. You guys are losers. You know, Neil Young once saying about Alabama, you got the rest of the Union to something like drag you along. But that's the way it's been, the rest of the Union. These civilized states like New York and California have been dragging the rest of you stupid, ignorant
putzes. Not just the southeastern United States either. The South generally, and a lot of the West, and
Anyway,
even the Midwest. You guys
just
are
a
losers.
suggestion.
Big news.
I don't know
Illinois
what the,
might join.
I don't know what the American military would want to do, honestly, because
The rest of the United States.
Trump isn't treating them well. So
Well,
I
he's
don't
talking
know.
about cutting them back.
I think it's
I
8%
don't
per
know
year.
what they'd think about
Well,
that either.
You know, and the way he is, you know, they've got American military. Trump was talking even back in 2016 about never having another election again. He tried to get an insurrection going to overturn the results of an election where the vast majority of cheating was done by the Russians and the Republican Party. The Democrats still won, and I'm sure Trump would just love it, or Putin, his puppet master, would love it if they never had another election again. The time is short for you guys. I'm not saying you should have a coup, because I don't trust you guys to get it right. But
Anyway.
you're running out of options. And you know, American military, because you've got your own intelligence agencies. The big ones is Army Intelligence and Office of Naval Intelligence. You know Trump is a Russian agent. You've known a long time. You've been actually very, very circumspect about doing something about it. But time is running short. Trump is here, or in what I call the outhouse. That's not the White House, that's Mar-a-Lago outhouse. He's here, or he's there, to destroy the United States as competition for Russia.
How hungry
You want to go
are
along
you?
with that? That's okay.
Do you want another one?
This will be good for now. Thanks.
Okay.
It's awesome.
Okay. It's just looked like you were really going through that quickly.
Two things. I'm hungry, and it's good, so
Yeah.
I kind of doubled up the speed,
Okay.
with which I might ordinarily eat. So,
I'm
yeah,
gonna check the time. I'm kind of cold.
Probably 15 minutes.
Yep. So I'm gonna go in.
yeah, it's cool, eh?
Yeah. Did you want to go in too?
Yeah, we'll call it quits.
Okay.
I don't want to get a chill.
Yeah.